USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
President Trump focusing on a move to the next phase of the war against coronavirus and reopening the
Based on the latest data, our team of experts now agrees that we can begin the next front in our war, which we are calling Opening Up America Again.
The president there saying the federal government's issued new guidelines for governors to get their states up and running again. He did say the strategy will continue to look after senior citizens and other vulnerable populations, but he says it will allow others to go about doing their jobs. Trump arguing that governors shut down the economy to try to win a war against COVID-19, and he says they are now in the process of winning it. He says in the end, though, the final decisions will lie with governors. Previously, he had said that he would have the final say in reopening the U.S. economy. USA Radio News.
Do you have constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating that keeps coming back? Take the 5-question gut check to see if it could be more than occasional constipation. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medication that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. Linzess helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements.
Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Talk to your doctor about whether Linzess is right for you. Go to linzess.com to take the 5-question gut check. That's LINZESS.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
New Jersey's Democratic Governor Phil Murphy outraged that the bodies of 17 residents at an Andover nursing home were allowed to, in his words, pile up in a makeshift morgue. He's asking the Attorney General to investigate, and he's asking for a review of all long-term care facilities since the pandemic began. There's new reaction from Republicans to the Democratic Governor of California's decision to give taxpayer money during the pandemic to illegal immigrants. Here's USA Radio's Robin Walensky.
Governor Gavin Newsom plans on giving $500 coronavirus stimulus checks to illegal aliens. Now, the state has an estimated 2 million illegals. Some of the money, $75 million, will come from taxpayers. But California's Republican State Senate leader Shannon Grove slamming Newsom for the payout, saying the funds should be spent on food banks, education, and local governments suffering revenue shortfalls because of the coronavirus pandemic.
This is USA Radio News.
Broadcasting worldwide from the Ashby Real Estate Broadcast Studio. This is HIP Radio Network, Georgetown, your hometown station.
Here's your Georgetown forecast from the HIP Radio Network Weather Center. Highs level off around 70 today under cloudy skies with a chance for scattered thunderstorms. Southwest winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies again tonight. Chance for scattered showers. Lows level off around 51. Scattered thunderstorms likely tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 67. Cloudy skies. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 62 degrees.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The switch is on. Welcome to Good Morning Georgetown with Rob and Ken. Waking you up in the mornings and getting your day started with the hottest hits, news, and jokes. Get ready. And now here's your hosts, Rob Hip and Ken Covington.
Morning. Good morning. I got to turn the mic down this morning. A little hot this morning, at least on the mic. It's not hot outside. It's muggy outside. Good morning, Georgetown. Happy Friday. Friday. I was thinking back in the day, they used to spell that F-R-Y-D-A-Y, baby. Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
TGIF in the house. Hey, I wanted to welcome everybody into the show this morning. As always, on Fridays, we are joined by our good friend and also current HRN sponsor as our co-host, Mr. Lee Ortiz of Climate Control Pros. What's up, Lee? Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm blessed more than I deserve. Getting started a little bit late here this morning. We did have a nonprofit that was going to speak with us this morning, and unfortunately they were not able to be on the show. I found out about that this morning, and so we apologize for the late start, but we will keep things rocking and rolling. We've already got guests lining up next week. Lee, I'm excited. Next week we're going to have more of our sponsors on the show, but, man, I'm really excited. I'm always excited, man. I guess I take some medicine that – I don't know, man. Back in the day, what was it? They had some medicine if you're always hyper and excited. Ritalin, was that it? That was bad stuff, man.
Yeah, that was mostly for kids that have the ADD and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Ritalin.
I think a doctor back in the day told me that I should have been on that, and I didn't get on that, man. But
you know what? That's crazy. That Ritalin is actually a form of speed.
Really?
Yes.
I was going to say they still serve that. We're not in a restaurant. Do they still write prescriptions?
Yeah.
Wow, man. I know when I was a kid, I'm not making fun of that. When I was a kid, I was at one point, I think I was going to be on that stuff, and thank God I wasn't, man. But no, next week, man, I'm excited. We have a lot of great sponsors on this show always, and then, man, I'm hoping we can get this done. And I haven't heard back from him yet. He told me that he would be available next week. I'm gonna have a buddy of mine that I haven't talked to in a long time. It is a storm. I'm straight up. I already said straight up this morning. I'm straight up telling you, Lee, a legitimate tornado chaser will be on the show next week.
You mean he has his car all decked out like Ghostbusters?
Oh, this dude is into it, man. And he used to be
like fun.
Oh yeah, man. He used to be my youth minister. So I'm giving you a little preview about next week. He used to be my youth minister back in the day. He's from Georgetown, and he has I have no idea where he gets it from, man. He is unbelievable. He's got his deal is called Tornado Trackers, man. And this is awesome. And we'll talk more to him next week, but Tornado Trackers is his YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
This guy has 265,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel.
Wow.
265,000. And he is
So this is his full-time job.
I'm not sure. I need to check with him.
Well, anytime you break certain numbers on YouTube, especially at that rate, you get paid from YouTube. So he's making money off of that, and then he's doing storm chasing, and then he gets paid for any type of video feeds he gets from news stations. So yeah, that sounds like a fun job.
I know on YouTube you start getting paid after 1,000 subscribers, but it's it takes a lot. There's some videos you get 1 million hits on a video, and you may only make like less than $1,000. So it just depends. Wow. I've got another friend who does financial market like stock stuff every morning, and I met this guy on the internet years ago when he had like 20,000 subscribers. He's up to about 100,000 subscribers, and he's been transparent about his earnings on YouTube, and he makes about $4,000 to $5,000 now a month off of YouTube. But it depends on what industry you're in, because of course people are going to pay higher for financial things. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to pay more. They're going to pay more for financial advertising. So that's how they ad share. But no, some of these videos that he has, and we'll talk more about it next week. There's one right here, 45 million views on one of his videos.
45 million?
45 million views. But the work that he does, Lee, is incredible. And so I just wanted to lead with that this morning, say I'm hoping that we can get him on. We're not going to say his name. Some of you probably already know who it is, but we're going to keep it on the DL. But I really want to have him come on our morning show and talk about what he's up to. And, he made an impact on my life when I was growing up, man, as my youth minister. I think he's an incredible guy. So, in fact, his brother lives in Georgetown, and his family, they're all from here, man. So it's going to be fun, Lee. That's what we got cooking for next week, baby.
Sounds like fun.
We got it cooking next week. What's cooking up in your neighborhood, man? What's going on?
Well, I was kind of surprised with the colder weather we got this week, but other than that, we're just kind of hunkering down. I've been doing service calls, starting a new project in Old Town this next week. So I always like working on old houses. I love remodeling them. I like helping out contractors that who know what they're doing. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, if you like helping out contractors who know what they're doing, I'm going to plug my father-in-law. He's a sponsor here on HRN as well. Brennan Remodeling. Been around since the 1980s, man, and he does excellent work. Takes very, very meticulous with his work, very prideful in what he does, as he should be, because his work is amazing. So he takes a lot of pride in his work. Let me put it that way. And so, yeah, if you're looking for a good contractor to team up with, man, he's the guy to go to, my friend. Jeff Brennan, the name.
I'm always looking for good contractors.
Yeah, and I have a lot of projects here around the house. I would love to hire him to do one day, man. So we'll see if I get him on board, man. But yeah, it's I got up this morning. I'll be honest, I went to bed really late last night. I was working on our business directory. Of course, we want to work hard to promote our sponsors, such as yourself, Lee, and many others here on HRN, and we want to make sure that we have a platform to let folks know what's going on in the community, but promote your business. But we also want to we understand there's a need from a lot of folks in our community right now, and we have a moral obligation in times like these to help out as many people as we can that we have the resources to do. Now, that doesn't mean I'm giving people free ads. That's the value of being a sponsor and, of course, being on this show. But we are listing people right now on the website that are open for business because we want people to know, of course, if you're open or not. And, man, we have had, I'm looking right now, Lee, 34 businesses reach out to us letting us know that they are open. And
man, that's just a small number compared to the amount of business that are actually in Georgetown.
Yeah, and there's more than that, of course, that are open. These are the ones that have really taken the extra step to let us know that they're open, and they've done that because they want folks to know that they're open. And I would assume the ones that are filling out this form, they I don't want to say that they're struggling because some of them may be doing pretty good, but I would assume that most of them, they need help right now, man. And I'm not going to read the descriptions, but I want to let everybody know who has sent those to us. So is that cool this morning, Lee, if we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, I know it can be pretty long, so that's why I'm not going to read the descriptions. You can find out more about who's open here in Georgetown at hrngeorgetown.com/open. Open. That is hrngeorgetown.com/open. I just put it on the Facebook stream. But these are the companies that have reached out to us in the accounting industry. Gary Brown, CPA. He is open. On the computer, cell phone, and tablet repair side, one of our sponsors who has reached, and there may, Lee, look, I don't want to offend any sponsors because there may be some sponsors that have not sent us information yet. And I've encouraged everybody, if you're open for business, let us know if you want to be listed. So again, there may be some on here that aren't sponsors that have, or there may not be some of our sponsors on here. I don't want to leave those out, but fill out the form so we'll know. hrngeorgetown.com/open. Computer, cell phone, and tablet repair. It's A1 smartphone and tablet repair. That's Chris and Mandy over there. They have reached out to me. They're a sponsor here on HRN. Another sponsor, someone I've known a long time who has given back to the community. He is open for business. Jim Locke and Amy, his wife, over at Mill Direct Carpet and Flooring. In fact, the carpet here in the remote Ashby Real Estate broadcast studio came from Mill Direct, and it looks pretty good, man. I'm really happy with. Although here's the thing, Lee. When I was bringing it back, my buddy and I loaded it up on my. I'm trying to remember who it was that went with me to do that. I think it was my buddy Carl. If I remember, yeah, it was. It was one of my best friends, Carl, the co-founder of SHN Sports. He went with me. We borrowed my father-in-law's trailer, got the carpet loaded. We had to go pick it up in Austin. A big old roll of carpet, and that's pretty heavy stuff. I didn't realize how heavy.
Those are really heavy.
And I mean, we're only talking about a space in here that's like 12 by 20, which isn't that big. It's big enough. It's perfect studio size. But I loaded it on my father-in-law's little trailer, and I noticed the tire was kind of flat, so I aired it up before we got going. And then when I got home, man, that thing was completely deflated. I had no idea how long it had been deflated. It completely ruined the tire. And, man, that thing was smoking when I pulled into the driveway. You ever had something like that happen?
No, but my dad has. Had a blowout and everything, and the whole tire kind of disintegrates and starts smoking. So, thank goodness I've never had to deal with that. So it can be a little scary sometimes.
I went and got a new tire. I was like, you got to be kidding me. We're so blessed, man, because that could have been bad going down 35 with the flat tire, and I had no clue it was flat until I got home. So,
oh, wow.
But Mill Direct is open. They're located over by Pizza Hut. Appreciate you, Jim. Food and restaurants. We've had quite a few of those come in. None of them a sponsor that is listed on here. Now, Michelle over at Sloshki, she is a sponsor. She is not listed, though, but she is open. Also open with computer, cell phone, tablet repair. Another one of our sponsors is Longhorn Mac Repair. They're open over at Wolf Ranch. Food and restaurants. Again, none of these, though, official sponsors. 600 Degrees Marketplace. We still want to call them out, though. We're here to help. Catfish Parlor in Georgetown. They are open. HTO. Man, that place has been busy. You ever got tea over there?
No.
HTO.
I haven't. Which one? Oh, that new place.
Yeah. They got tea. Mom, the tea instead of the meatloaf. You know what I'm talking about? Was it Wedding Crashers?
Yeah.
Mom,
yeah,
the meatloaf.
Yeah, they're over there by, of course, by Georgetown Poker Club.
Yeah, that's it, man. We need to get it. Once poker clubs reopen, we need to get them to bring y'all some tea for us giving them a shout-out this morning. If y'all are listening, bring the tea to some poker club, baby.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Bring some tea. You know why they need to bring tea? Because tea rhymes with Lee. Bam, baby. Mom, the tea. Anyways, they're open. Louisiana Crab Shack is open. Mikey V's hot sauce shop, baby. It's hot. You walk into Mikey V's, it's getting hot in here. I'm just kidding. I had to sing this morning. He's open. Mariachis de Jalisco. Appreciate Jamie, man. I've known those guys, Jamie and Fernando, a very long time. They do a lot in the community, man. They are open. I've went to Mariachis and got some food. Rio Bravo, that's our friend Connie over there. Appreciate the Canales family. In fact, when we put out that message, if you haven't been over there yet, go over there and get some tacos. They specifically reached out to us, and they said, look, we had to close for 3 weeks. These are the businesses, Lee, and again, no offense to any other business in town, but it's the smaller companies that really, really need our help. The smaller restaurants also that really need our help. And those are the ones that I think that, if we've got, we need to help as many as we can. But look, it's folks like Rio Bravo and Connie that, you know what, they may not have a huge advertising budget. They may not be in a prime location that people pass by every day. They may not have the advertising dollars. They may not have that popularity, but you know what? They still have a following, and they've been able to stay in business for 20 years. That says something. Yeah. And so those are the businesses that I hope, that will get help, man, because they need it. So we appreciate
we got to kind of keep an eye out for some of those smaller business who, quite frankly, sometimes they just don't know what opportunities are out there to help them get their name out.
John Montgomery already went over and got his tacos at Rio Bravo this morning. He says, I know you're jealous. I am jealous, dude. In fact, my friend Jim Wilson went over there and got tacos after we had asked for folks to go get tacos.
I think that's his daily morning ritual is breakfast tacos from there.
They're so good, dude. I look, I don't care if they're a sponsor or not. I know Connie, and I want to help her out, man. So go by and see them, Perla and their family. Hey, health and wellness. Here's who's open. One of our great sponsors also here on HRN. It's Acna Health, Dr. Wen. Thank you for all that you do, Dr. Wen. Acna Health Direct Primary Care. They are open. Look, if you don't have a doctor, go to Dr. Wen, man. I don't. If you don't have health insurance, let's put it that way. Even if you do have health insurance, but if you don't, especially,
see him.
That guy changed my life, man. Literally. I didn't know that you could get an affordable doctor without health insurance. Better Coverage with Bolton is open. It's health coverage consultation. Oh, I wanted to mention, too, she just submitted it this morning, one of our sponsors, and in fact, our founding sponsor here on HRN, Susan Eisenhower, insurance planner. She is open. And I know that a good friend of mine had signed up with her services for health insurance plans, and so that is someone to go see if you do need health insurance or you need some help. Susan can help. She was my first sponsor, Lee. Straight honest.
Was she really?
She really was, man. And we met at Starbucks on Williams Drive, and I was nervous because it was a new venture, even though I know Susan really well, and she's like, let's do it. And I was so, I always talk about it. It seems like every day that we're not where we're at. We are where we're at because of somebody else. And without Susan, that I'm pretty confident in my business ventures. But when you first start something, you're a little nervous, because it's new. And
it's either nervous or outright frightened.
Yeah. And Susan taking that leap of faith and betting on us because we're going to work hard to promote her, that helped get the ball rolling. So thank you, Susan. Holistic Wellness and Primary Care, they are open. Stephanie Robbins, Certified Health Coach, she is open. HVAC Service. Lee, you are open. Full-service commercial residential HVAC services. Lee Ortiz of Climate Control Pros, one of our sponsors here. Express HVAC Service, a sponsor here on HRN. They are open. That's Tim Burgess. Georgetown Air Conditioning and Heating, they are open. Lee, you started something here, man. You said you were open, and everybody else in town wanted to know they were open.
So would you say I'm a trendsetter?
You're a trendsetter, man. But we're excited, to have you and Express. That's the thing, man. We got, and that's one thing that I wanted to be clear about is there are a lot of competing businesses in this community. But as you know, Lee, there's enough work to go around, man.
So one person can't get to everything.
And so, and I know in the industry, a lot of you guys also work together. I work together with other media partners. There's one.
I work together with another HVAC company. Like if there's stuff in South Austin that clients reach out to me, I send it to them, and vice versa.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, we appreciate all of you guys. Of course, Lee, we appreciate you. We appreciate Tim. Tim's going to be on the show next week, so we'll chat with him. Georgetown AC is open. Here's the insurance agencies that are open. Program Insurance Group. That's our good friend over there, Doug Groves and Kyle Hepp. I like Kyle because his last name is Hepp and my last name is Hip, and together we're Hip and Hepp. That sounds like an attorney. I need to get with Kyle. We need to go to law school, Kyle.
There you go.
The next time you're in an automobile accident, go see the attorneys at Hip and Hepp. Let's do it, man. Lee, get in on that, dude. Hip, Hepp, and Ortiz.
And Ortiz would be the O and two H's.
We need to. Is there anyone with the last name of Hooray?
Hooray?
Yeah, like Hooray. You get where I'm going?
Yeah.
The next time you're in an automobile accident caused by an 18-wheeler, get with the professionals at Hip, Hep, and Hooray. Join us.
Every time I think of those multiple name businesses, I think of I don't know if you're old enough to remember the Three Stooges, Howard, and Fine, attorneys at law.
Howard, and Fine?
Yeah.
That's funny, man. I love it. We're going to get together. Hip, Hep, and Hooray. I just like saying that. It's fun, man. The next time you're in an automobile accident caused by an 18-wheeler, call the experts at Hip, Hep, and Hooray. We've settled cases, record-breaking cases, $32 million, 1,000 netted to client. There's one that advertises on TV, Lee. I would love for them to advertise on HRN. They obviously have the money to do it because they're all over the place. But they talk, all that's on the screen, it's not even testimonials anymore. It's just how much money that they made for the client.
Oh, you're talking about J.G. Wentworth.
No, not J.G. Wentworth. That's that 877 cash now.
Oh, that's
Call
right.
J.G. Wentworth.
Thomas
J. Henry. I don't want to give him free love this morning. Thomas J. Henry, that's the one.
That's who it is.
$32 million. I just joke around, though, because it's funny because, you would expect to see, like, award-winning, record-breaking cases, $32 million, $13 netted to client.
Yeah. Well, actually, since you're joining the B&I, there's a Justinian Associates does the same thing as that guy does, and those guys are great.
State Farm Insurance is open. Stephanie Featherstone. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Benchmark Mortgage. We need to get Stephanie to watch the show sometime. I don't think I've ever seen her chime in. Stephanie, get on here. We'd love to see you sometime. Pet food supplies and pet care businesses that are open. Tell Wagons Dog Bakery. They are open. Zoo Pet Hospital is open. Plumbing. GTX Plumbing. She is open. One of our great sponsors here on HRN and photography and aerial footage, Mr. Richard De La Vega, ASA Imagery. He was on the show yesterday. Man, Richard does some crazy, incredible work, man, with that drone, and he does it the right way.
Did you see the images he put out over Christmas time of the courthouse and everything? They were fantastic.
Was it when it was all lit up, the lights and all that? No, I did not see that, man.
And Richard does some awesome work.
$32 million record-breaking case, $1,000 netted to client. We're going back to the legal there. Real Estate Open. Miss Annette Montgomery. Annette, I believe, was my second sponsor. And I appreciate Annette. And she renewed her advertising sponsorship, and we're going to continue to promote her, of course. She really specializes in Old Town. She wanted us to know that she is open. By the way, these businesses are at hrngeorgetown.com/open. If they are a sponsor, they're at the top of the categories, and they've got a little yellow golden star next to their name. Rob the Realtor at 316 Realty Group. He is open. Roofing is open. We have Hometown Roofing Pros Lead. They just joined. They said, Rob, we understand that now is the time to advertise. And Miss Ann Corso and her wonderful husband, Gary, I've known them a long time. She sent me a message, said we want to advertise, and so they are open for business.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that. You just posted that.
They are open. We had another sponsor come on yesterday as well, Synergy Data Texas in Round Rock. Credit card processor Bill Espinosa know Bill really well, and he gives back to the community big time. Knew him from church years ago, and he continues to thrive with his business and giving back. But they need folks to sign up. He told me that, and I hope he doesn't mind me being honest about this, but it's just transparent with businesses. But they were telling me, not maybe necessarily his business, but the entire financial merchant services industry is down about 25% right now. Of course, because people aren't swiping credit cards.
Man, I'm surprised it's that low. I figured it'd be higher, closer to about 40%.
It may be. He was just telling me kind of some numbers there with them. Other businesses that are open, a Step Ahead Investigations. That's also owned by Richard De La Vega. That particular business, not a sponsor, but they are open. Lee, I've got someone there outside your window investigating you. It's a Step Ahead Investigations. It's a Step Ahead Investigations, Richard De La Vega. $32 million, 1,000 netted to clients. That's going to be the new tagline. We're going to say that about 30 more times. GTX Awards, Engraving and Apparel, they are open. Safe Select Home and Commercial Services, they are open. Surface Pros, they are open. And that's Wayne Filer, by the way. Wayne is the weather sponsor here on HRN Georgetown. Now, he didn't list his other business, but Wayne Filer is a gut health consultant. And I'm going to tell you something, Lee. I didn't really think anything about gut health until my pancreatitis mess. And now, you know, I'll be honest, this last week and a half, I haven't went back to like really, really bad eating, but I've been eating more stuff than I probably shouldn't have. And I'm back up to like 208, man. I got to get back with it, brother, because I'm trying to get to 185, 190.
Oh, man.
Not good.
Yeah, I actually, over the Easter holidays, I kind of gave up on some of my stringent diet and went back up about 3 pounds. I'm like, I got to get back.
Just drink water and don't eat anything for 2 weeks. You're good to go. $30 million. And also the smoke shop at One Love is open. They are open.
Is that like a vape shop?
That's the vape shop, the vape, the CBD. That almost sounds like a hip-hop. CBD, are you with me? Oh, yeah, we are. There it is. We're going to sing all morning. That's who is open. Hey, if you want to add your business, all you got to do is visit hrngeorgetown.com/open and click on the link. If you want to see who's open, support these businesses in Georgetown because they make Georgetown go around. So we just want to give them a shout-out. And I'm going to plug this one time here on the show. Lee, I don't normally plug on the show, you know, what we do, but I will say this, that now is a really, there's not going to be a better time to advertise than right now because, look, there's a lot of places closed down. People are tuning into radio more than ever. In fact, the latest Nielsen ratings were showing that 92% of Americans engage with radio in some form or way every day. And, in fact, I've got a bunch of supporting documents. I do my research, Lee. Got a bunch of little papers. Now, you're probably like, oh, he's probably just holding up random papers with gibberish typing on it. But what this is, a radio remaining relevant in today's world of time-starved consumers. It's the original mobile and social media. That's kind of cool. It really is the original social media. Providing programming, content, meeting the entertainment needs of people according to their demographics, geography. There's just a lot here, man. I'm not going to read through all this, but I was going through this morning. I do a lot of research every day. Part of the Radio Advertising Bureau sends us information. And this is some neat stats, though, that I think it's useful to share. And this isn't me trying to sell an ad to anybody. I'm just going to share some stats for radio this morning because a lot of people, I think, you know, sometimes I may forget about radio. But really, the stats show that they don't. Every week here, Lee, radio reaches 93% of small business owners. Now, these results, 93% of small business owners. And you think about it, because a lot of businesses will play radio, you know, in their location. But at some point, radio is touching 90. Now, I don't know about how many people this is out of. These results or these numbers are coming from multiple surveys. I would assume, you know, they're definitely going to be over 100 people that they surveyed. Here's something else. Every week, radio reaches 92% of adults 18 and older who are self-employed. I know when I had Click, I would go into a lot of businesses, even home-based business. They're playing the radio in the background. Radio drives awareness, relevance, and consideration for business-to-business advertisers. Radio increased ad awareness by 128% for those exposed to radio ads versus those who were not. That's why it's so important. It's all about your name, your name, your name, your name. Your name to fame. Climate Control Pros, it's your bro. Mom, the meatloaf. What were we saying earlier? It wasn't the meat. Oh, it was the tea. Mom, the tea. Mom, the tea. I can't repeat the rest of that movie, Lee, because it's some vulgarities in there. Is that a word, vulgarity?
I don't know.
Radio increased brand relevance 64% for those exposed to radio ads versus those that were not. And it also increased brand consideration by 37%. I love numbers, man. So here's something that I wanted to talk about. This is really cool. Radio is a source for education as well as entertainment for business-to-business professionals and managers. So check this out, Lee. 53% of those surveyed attribute radio to putting them in a good mood. Why do you think that is?
Music, man. Music is the overall lightens your heart.
Music lightens your heart, baby. Makes you fall in love.
So we're on the deal of radio. Since you like to do your studying, who invented the radio?
Who invented the radio? Wasn't it the Hertz? Wasn't it the Hertz dude?
Was it Marconi?
Who invented radio? Man, it's wasn't it Guglielmo Marconi?
Marconi?
Marconi? Yeah, it was. Wow.
And when was the first broadcast?
Dude, you put me on the spot, man. I'm losing sponsors.
You're a radio guy.
I'm losing sponsors. Was it 1904? No, it was before that.
1860s, I believe.
Hold on, I'm looking here. I knew that Heinrich Hertz though he did a lot of studies in radio. I don't know, that's pretty cool though, man.
Yeah.
First radio hold on, man. I think it was 1872 is when they theorized some stuff. Hold on, man. You got me thinking now. You got me thinking. I'm just not drinking.
Well, we're going to be talking about radio. I mean, you're right. I mean, think about how long back in the early days before television, it was all done with radio.
First wireless radio broadcast by Reginald A. Pheasant in 1906. It was on December the 24th. Transmitted from Brant Rock, Massachusetts to the general public. This pioneering broadcast was achieved after development by Reginald Pheasant in 1866. He passed away in 1932. Built a complete system of wireless transmission and reception using amplitude modulation. Of course, that's AM. Of continuous electromagnetic waves. This technology was a revolutionary feature. That is pretty cool, man. Yeah, I should know that. I guess people are going to be, Rob's not an expert at radio because he didn't know who did it. Oh, better watch out now.
Think about this. Back in the early days of radio,
better watch it, Lee.
I remember this. Back in the early days of radio, they would do like skits and story reading and stuff like that. It was actually a radio station that was reading H.G. Wells's Attack of the Worlds, where the world's coming to an end, and people actually thought that was happening.
Yeah. The War of the Worlds, man.
War of the Worlds, yeah.
That newer movie did no justice to the radio program. Blows it away. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Hold on, Lee. You got me thinking. You know that song, I'm Just a Drinking?
Yeah, that's an old song.
I change it too. I'm just a thinking. I'm in a singing mood. It's Friday, man. Tonight's the HRN dance party. You going to send me a video tonight, Lee?
Man, I'm not a dancer, but I am thoroughly impressed watching Michael Price and his wife dance. Man, those guys are good.
Did you see his unicorn video last week? Dude had like 1,600 views already.
Yeah, no, I saw that. That was pretty good.
He's just dancing.
What does Michael do? Is he an attorney?
No, he works for the great folks over at Grand Endeavor Homes.
Okay.
Grand Endeavor Homes. That's Jimmy Jacobs over there and Justin Jacobs. They sponsor a lot of what we do on SHN Sports. So I was looking here. I'm kind of rambling and extending my words and enunciating. Because you talk about radio back in the day. These are all open now. What I mean by open, these are old radio programs that are, from my understanding, out of their copyrights. We're going to start featuring some of those late at night, because to be honest, that's why I don't even tell folks, look, if you're right now, especially if you're going to don't advertise after, 9, 10, 11 at night. They're just really after midnight. And so what we're going to do after midnight is we just play a bunch of old radio programs, old school radio programs here on HRN. You wake up, you're like, man, I can't sleep. It's 1 a.m. Well, soon you're going to hear old school radio programs. You think that'd be
Paul Harvey on there? Paul Harvey. I remember listening to him as a kid with my dad.
Good day. He may be under copyright, though. I don't know about, but this one, look, dude, we're going to play some old school radio dramas. Here's one of them, Lee. Check this out. This is really cool stuff, man. Let me move that out of your face. There we go. I just put that on your face.
Adventures in time and space, transcribed in future tense. Dimension.
You know what that is?
No.
Did you hear it?
Barely.
All right, listen. Dimension X. This is
that the original X-Files?
Yeah.
That's his ship. It can't be. Well, there's no other model like that. It's Steve, all right.
Refueler?
Yeah, we got Clausewitz coming in tomorrow from Denver for another test.
How cool
Figure
is
we
this?
give you a day off.
That's good.
So yeah, we're gonna play a bunch of old school Dimension X on here, and then also we are going to also play Gunsmoke back in the day, little westerns. So you're gonna start hearing those on HRN.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember watching Gunsmoke as a kid.
Yeah, well, now you can listen to it. Dude, Frank, I was totally wrong. It's not drinking, it's swinging. I was way off.
It's swinging.
I knew that, man. I think there's a remake of it. I'm just a swinging. I love singing, man. All right, here, let's keep up some of these numbers here. 49% of business-to-business professionals said that radio keeps them informed and up to date. I'm going to tell you something, man. Here in Georgetown, we've been working really hard behind the scenes and with the help of the county and the city and the information that they provide us to keep Georgetown up to date with what's going on, especially with the COVID-19. And our listenership has grown dramatically, Lee. We went from, literally 600 listeners, unique listeners back in January to last month. The latest stat that I pulled was we had over 4,000 unique listeners. And that means 4,000 different set of ears on our station. It's just an internet app, man. It's really incredible. The pouring of support from the community has been pretty neat. 43% stated radio is pure entertainment. Like this show. When Lee's on, everybody wants to join. When Lee's not on, nobody listens. Sorry, Ken and John and Chris. It's just when Lee's on, everybody wants to be a part of it.
One of the things one of my always taglines is, I can have more fun in the corner of a round room than most anybody.
I can have more fun in the corner of a round room than almost anybody. Is that a white round room, and are you like in padding?
No, I don't know. I don't care as long as it's round.
41% of people said radio makes them think. That's kind of a weird one. I mean, I think all the time. I get what they're saying, though. 34% said radio is a good source for learning. 33% indicated that radio is a good escape, and 22% identified radio for giving them good ideas. Radio is an aid for many business owners. 45% of those surveyed said that radio keeps them informed and up to date. 30% attribute for learning, and 21%. That doesn't make it's almost like the same. Okay, never mind. Anyways, that's it, man. That's just a few of the numbers. I thought that was kind of cool, man.
That is cool.
Here's something else. Just another little stat here this morning. Radio is effective medium. It is the top choice for audio and entertainment at home, in car, and on the go. And on the go could mean on the go, Lee. Literally on the go, if you know what I mean. I wonder how many people listen to the radio when they are on the go. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not uncommon. I'll put hip radio on while I'm driving sometimes. Just listen to the music throughout the day. It's always kind of soothing.
So whenever so on the go, but I'm talking about on the go, Lee, after you wake up on the go. You know what I'm saying? On the go. Talking about in the shower, Lee. Come on, man. Radio reaches 92% of Americans 18 and older on a weekly basis, continues to be the top choice for ad-supported audio among age groups. Here's what's cool, though. If you look at the age group of 18 to 34, it's 59% of Americans it touches. Talking about radio reaching. 18 to 49, 68%. Here's what's cool. 25 to 54 reaches 74%, and then 35 to 64 reaches 82%. So something else that I found interesting, the average listener 18 and older spends, this is incredible, 1 hour and 41 minutes a day listening to the radio. It's pretty cool stuff, man. Of course, it's available across platforms and devices. 169 million people aged 12 and older have listened to audio online in the past month. And that is the number 2 now, and that's why I started HRN, to plug that, is because we knew that audio only was going to be really where things are audio only on the internet is huge, and that is where people are starting to turn to, man. So here is the future of radio. This is why I do what I do, Lee, here at HRN. The future of radio. The future of radio. Radio. I like to say that, Lee. It sounds like radio.
Radio.
Radio. I don't even know what accent that is, but I just like to say radio. There's a very sexy radio.
Marvelous.
What was that?
It's marvelous.
Marvelous. And the radio is very, very sexy. Streaming future of radio. Here's the future of radio. Streaming. An estimated 189 million persons aged 12 and older listened to online audio in the last month. It offers listeners exclusive audio and video content like in-studio interviews. Oh, my goodness. There we are, Lee.
There you go.
Concerts, on-demand video, the ability to personalize a playlist. We don't do that, though, but we do on the HRN Virtual Dance Party. Mobile apps. That is the future of radio. We do that. HRN mobile app.
Mm-hmm.
Expanded commerce opportunities. Listener influence program. And HD radio. HD radio. Radio. Would you like to be on the radio with me this morning? In the radio. I don't know why I'm saying that. I turn up the bass on the mixer, and so it just sounds, it's like massaging my ears, Lee, when you talk, especially. The radio. We're here with Lee Ortiz, Climate Control Pros. When you need an AC Pro, call your bro at Climate Control Pros. Everybody knows. So, Lee, talk a little bit about the industry, man. You know, I always give you an opportunity, of course, here on the show to kind of talk about what you do. There's something really cool right now that is gaining momentum. It is a purification system, a sanitizing system. And correct me if I'm wrong on that. Talk a little bit about that product, man, and what you're doing to help people.
Yeah, it's basically, it goes in the airstream of your AC system. So it helps sanitize and cleans and kills any bacteria that are in the air. There's different products out there. One of the two, the iWave is probably the most reliable. They're also the ones that we talked about that the CDC even said that it would kill COVID-19. Along with UV lights and stuff, Climate Control Pros, we donated the blue lights, the UV lights, to this package that we're putting together. So really looking forward to that. But in the industry as a whole, from the time I've started till now, you see so much new technology that's come out, just in efficiency and air quality and so many different aspects of it that you have to remember your HVAC system is the heart of your house. If that's not running, your house becomes uncomfortable, humidity goes up, all kinds of things. So it's really the heart of your house.
Well, it makes sense, yeah, because it's what circulates all the air, and if the air quality is not good, it's kind of like happy wife, happy life. If the air's not good, I don't even know what rhymes with that, but if the air's not good, then you're not good.
No, it really isn't. I mean, you see it just in different aspects. When you have a system that's working really well, you should notice like lower amounts of dust in your house. You ever walk around the house, sometimes you see like layers of dust if you haven't cleaned certain areas. Some of the filtration systems really help with that. So that's kind of nice. And it's just a matter of having your system set up properly, installed properly.
And you do that, climatecontrolprostx.com. It's climatecontrolprostx.com. Lee is always our Friday co-host on Good Morning Georgetown, bringing you the surround sound on downtown, baby. Lee, I appreciate you, man, and I think and it really is something to consider. And I appreciate you. Lee has also donated one of those filtration systems. I believe it was like an $800 value, man, to our auction that's going to help small businesses coming up in May. And Lee, thank you so much for doing that, man. It means a lot.
It was my pleasure, man. I mean, if we can help our fellow neighbors out, I mean, that's kind of what I want to do.
Want to welcome in our friends this morning. It's our Facebook shout-out time. Leah Martinez joining us. Good morning, Pete Zenner. Stephen Giorgio. What's up, Stephen? Stephen on the stream this morning. David Gibson, if you're listening too. Stephen told me that you listen from time to time. Good morning, David. I hope you're doing wonderful, man. Miss Connie, man, joining us. Connie Gensel, good morning to you, Connie. Danny Vasquez, what's going on, Danny? Climate Control Pros, they're joining us. Climate Control Pros is joining us, Lee. Saying
Yeah, that's John Montgomery who posted that.
Ah, okay. Good morning, John. Hey, one of my best friends, my buddy. You know, Nathan Scott Height joining us, saying good morning to me. And Nathan is an incredible dude. He's like a brother to me. And Nathan, I give him a lot of credit for this idea to start this station because he had an app on his phone and it inspired me to get this going. And so, Nathan, good morning to you, buddy. He helps me a lot with SHN and just does incredible work. Raphael Galloway joining. What's up, Rafa? I'm going to call Rafa about 9:30 this morning. He's got a new business here in the area that I'm excited and want to help him promote. So, Raphael, good to see you this morning.
What business is it?
Pool cleaning, pool maintenance business. He's an expert at that stuff, man.
Oh, awesome.
So I'd love to chat with Raphael, and hopefully we can get him on and help promote him. Bob Parker joining us. Tim Constantia. Good morning, Tim. Hey, what's up? Thomas Montemayor Jr. joining us. What's going on, Big Tom? Hope you're doing all right, brother. Tom McKay joining us of Audiovisual Consultations. He will be on the show next week. Tom does a lot in this community. Appreciate Tom and all that you do. He's one of our sponsors here on HRN. Slade Hogan joining us. Good morning, Slade. Shannon Wolf. What's going on, Wolf? Shannon Wolf's got a twin brother, man. It's the Wolf Pack, baby. Good morning, Shannon. Hope you're doing all right. Sam Rosser joining us. Javier, what's up, Javi? Javier Pineda joining us. Christy Mangum joining us. Christy, let your husband know I'm trying to get him on the show next week. Good morning to you. Coach Munoz joining us. Vanessa Rhines, Brian Burkhart, Matt Morrow, Barrow from Morrow joining us. John Montgomery got his tacos this morning over Rio Bravo. Marianne Taft, Miss Kim Hamilton, good morning to you. And Brother Steve, I hope you guys are doing wonderful in New Mexico. Her husband has a great church there in New Mexico. I haven't been to it, but I grew up right down the street from the Hamilton family and have always thought the world of them and Sister Kim and Brother Steve. Yeah, they're in New Mexico now.
The Hatch Chili Fest coming up soon?
What is it?
The Hatch Chili Fest?
Never heard of it.
New Mexico?
Hatch Chili Fest.
Yeah. It's like a huge thing they do in New Mexico. I want to say they do it in the spring.
Hatch Chili Fest. Never heard. Yeah, there it is. Hatch Chili Festival.
Yeah.
Hatch, New Mexico. The chili capital of the world, best of the best since 1971.
Oh.
Man, they need to pay me to do these commercials for them. A land rich in the culture of generations building on the promise of tomorrow. It's the Hatch, New Mexico, chili capital of the world, best of the best since 1971.
You're a natural at this.
Oh, I just love it. It's so much fun, man. This is cool. I didn't know about it. I want to take this show, and I've already talked to Amanda last night over at A1 Smartphone, and once this COVID-19 clears, Lee, we're going to start doing a lot of live remotes at some of our sponsors, and that'll be fun, man.
Oh, great. We can do a remote from an attic somewhere.
Yeah, I would just love being remote and doing our morning show remotely to bring people in.
Well, I want to do, remember what we were talking about a while back, is setting up cameras and put the cameras out and call in different companies and see if they're honest or not.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. We're talking about like a little undercover type deal to where, where we go in and like maybe remove a oil filter or do something that's easily fixable and see what else we get hosed with.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool, man. But let's do it. Let's don't do it in our backyard because, they always say to keep your backyard clean. Let's go do it in the backyard of another town close to us, maybe in Travis County.
Maybe in Lampasas.
Yeah, no, we don't want to upset anybody. We're not. Look, there's a lot of good people out there. We'll go to national name brand companies that I've reached out to that have never responded to advertise with me, and then we'll go to them. How about that, Lee?
That'd be fun.
I'm not going to do that. Maybe, though, we can do something. The Hatch Chili Fest, though, in New Mexico. And, man, they give away first prize. You win $1,000 for first prize. All right. That'll pay for your plane ticket and half the way home. That's cool. Awesome. Hey, it's more about the fun, right?
Yeah.
Lee, how much time do you have? Do you have a few more minutes? I know that we're approaching 9. We got started a little bit late. Do you have just a few extra minutes after 9?
Yeah, I always block a good portion out for Friday mornings. I look forward to this every Friday.
Oh, I enjoy it, man. It's a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun. I wanted to reach out, and I appreciate Kevin Pitts. Kevin always responds to me when I have questions regarding city affairs, and I really appreciate Kevin responding to me. I'd sent a question here, and there's a lot of, and I do this because, look, we're a media company, and we want to let folks know what is going on in Georgetown. And so the Chamber and the city have recently put out this $200,000 in grant money, And there was a lot of folks that did not get that grant money. We knew that there was going to be a lot of people, and of course, a lot of people may get upset, and that's understandable. But we want to know exactly the details of what went on and what happened. And so I submitted a question to not only the chamber but some of our city leaders, just to be transparent, to open this up to the community, because people, in my opinion, and many others, I think they deserve to know. And so I asked, will the recipients of that grant be, because there's a lot of that grant money's already been dispersed, and a lot of businesses, there's a lot of folks in Georgetown, a lot of them have been here a long time, and they've been active, but they didn't receive the grant money. And the response was, it was something to do with the matrix and this kind of stuff. It's kind of scientific to me, Lee. So I wanted to help these folks. They reached out to me and said, is there any way we can use your platform to get more information? I said, well, look, we're asking legitimate questions. And so I asked 3 simple questions based on the feedback, Lee, that I'd received from people. 1, will the recipients of this grant provided by the chamber and the city be made public? If not, why? The second question was, what were the factors involved in the complex scoring matrix? As a reply to an email said that there was a complex scoring matrix. What does that mean? And what were the factors of that? And then third, who are the decision makers of this grant? If that information can't be provided, why? And so I received a
problem with all 3 of those questions. You know what the issue is with all 3 of those questions?
What is that?
They make too much common sense.
Well, I just want to be, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. I just want to understand. So Kevin, and I appreciate Kevin, because again, Kevin,
those are legitimate questions.
Look, and Kevin always responds to me, and that's the thing. Look, if you have any beef with the city, whatever it may be, and it's okay to have beef, just make sure you put a little chili in it and some beans so you can have a good chili. It's okay to have beef. Just make sure it tastes good. And so Kevin always responds. I don't have any beef with anybody in the city. I just appreciate Kevin always reaching out. And what I'm getting at is, if you have any questions, and I know I said beef, that's just joking. Look, if you have any questions, instead of going to social media and complaining about it, go directly to those involved. Because when you talk to a lot of the leaders, they will say, you never reached out to me, you never called me. And there has been situations in the past that I was involved in, and I take full responsibility because I did not reach out to those leaders. And I learned a lesson that if you want to get information, reach directly out to the leaders. And I appreciate Kevin always responding to me when I have questions. Rachel Johnrow has been the same way. When I've had questions, she has responded to me. And I'm sure that that's same for anybody in council. Just reach out to them. You may not get the answer you want to hear, but you know what? At least you reached out. And so Kevin responded to me, said, I don't have all the answers, but I will give you what I know. He had told me to reach out to a couple of other folks to get more clarity. He said that it is his understanding that they will be made public. Now, again, this is just what Kevin, he said. He doesn't have all the answers, but he said that the recipients of that grant, he said it's his understanding that they will be made public. He said that I know there was a scoring matrix used. I did not see it firsthand, but in my understanding, those businesses who were closed and unable to operate, or those who were able to operate but illustrated a tremendous drop in revenues, were priority. And then third, the chamber created a special committee to appoint the applicants. Michaela represented the city in that committee. I'm unaware of the full makeup of the committee. And so, again, those are the 3 answers that Kevin had given us. And he had directed me to reach out directly to the chamber, which I have. I've sent the president of the chamber an email with those same questions, and also Michaela Dollar for more clarity. And so, again, we'll continue to provide that information, because I know there's a lot of business owners in town who want to know, and I think they should, why that they weren't chosen for that grant money. Just to bring some clarity.
I don't know. I got a call yesterday from the bank. I put my application in for the payroll protection loans that everybody else is putting in, and they told me. I put it in earlier in the week, and then yesterday I get a phone call said that the funds are dried up, and I'm racking my brain. How did as a whole we go through $2.2 trillion, and then I find out it wasn't even that much they put into the system. It was just a little over $300 billion.
Yeah.
So where did the rest of that 2.2 trillion go?
Well, if you want to look under the table here, I'll show you. Just reach your hand under my hand here under the table. That's how a lot of that works. Anyways, man, it's always going to happen. There's so much of that stuff that goes on, and I've just learned to not be naive, and that, look, there's going to be things in our life that don't go our way, but we've got to figure out why we've really got to look into that. And we've got to learn from it, and we've got to move on. And I always want to try to spin a positive on so many things. And I understand that I couldn't even apply for that loan because I'm 2 streets out of city limits. It didn't work for anybody. that lives outside of city limits, which is, I mean, that's okay. That's what the grant specifically stated, so I didn't even bother applying to it. There was a couple of people that have already commented that I didn't get anything. Well, you're a home-based business. The grant specifically said if you're a home-based business, you do not qualify. So why did you apply in the first place?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not harping on you. I'm just telling you. The grant said if you are a home-based business, if you are not incorporated with the Secretary of State, which means that you're probably an LLC or an S-Corp or something of that nature, that you would not be considered. So why did you apply? There's a couple people upset about that. And I was like, you don't fall into those categories, and it said it very specifically on the grant. You know?
Yeah.
So read the fine line also, except there it wasn't very fine. But I do believe that there needs to be transparency, and people in this community deserve to know the answers to those questions that we had asked. And so I hope that there's no skating around that. There just needs to be direct questions. I was talking to you before the show, Lee, and just be honest with people, you know? You and I were talking about that. If there's, look, just be honest, because it's so much easier to be honest instead of having to backtrack, because one little blemish will lead to another, just be honest.
And that's the way I've always run my business. Just be straight up and honest with people.
Very easy to be honest. You know, just be honest. You feel better after it, because then you're not having to backtrack a million different thoughts. So again, thanks to Kevin for replying to that. And hopefully we'll get some answers on that. Hey, some other folks that are joining us. Lee, it's 9:05. We're going to stay on just for a few more minutes because I got something fun that we want to do today. And so those of you that are joining us on the Facebook live stream, good morning to you. We also have quite a few folks, as always, on our HRN app. You can download that app, Hip Radio Network, on Google Play or iOS. I encourage you to do that because tonight it is the HRN Virtual Dance Party. I'm giving away some cash tonight, baby. Little bit of $25 coming your way, baby. All you got to do is send a picture or a video, not a picture, a video of you dancing on Instagram or Facebook tonight between 7 and 9. Also, make sure to send your song request in to hrngeorgetown.com/requests. And we are going to have fun tonight on the HRN Virtual Dance Party. And the best video will win $25. That's all we got. We don't have any sponsors this week. If you want to sponsor, I'd love for you to. $50.
I have to try and find some high heels like Pee Wee Herman and dance to Tequila.
Please do that. I was going to say don't, but then after I thought of you and high heels, please do that, Lee. Please. It would be incredible. That video would go viral. You would probably win. That's an easy way to win $25 tonight.
I don't have a suit though. Maybe I can just find the high heels.
Yeah, I mean, that'll work, man. Just find something in your wife's closet and wear that, and I think you'll be the winner, Lee.
Yeah, that's not.
Not going to happen.
No.
That's tonight, though, from 7 to 9. You can send in your song request. Judge Evelyn McLean helped with that idea. She's the one that made that possible a few weeks ago. We do have sponsorships for that show. About 100 people listen every week, and it's only $50. So if you'd like to get in on that, I'll promote the heck out of your business tonight, and we would love to have your support. Again, it's only $50. If you've thought about advertising on HRN before and you just really haven't had the resources, although our advertising is extremely affordable compared to, honestly, any other really form of media for what we provide. It's extremely affordable. But tonight, if you decided, hey, I'd like to get in, but I just can't really do the other advertising, it's only $50, and we're going to work hard to promote your business. And so we'd love to have your sponsorship tonight. Just message a comment here in the live stream, or you can email me at rob@hrngeorgetown.com. Just a couple of sponsors would be incredible. Again, it is rob@hrngeorgetown.com. It's the HRN Virtual Dance Party, expecting about 100 or so listeners tonight.
Just got a message from Sabrina Bowers. She works with John. She goes, "I dare you, Lee, to find the high heels."
You should do it, man. Come on. This would be incredible. And just tag it, hashtag HRN Virtual Dance Party. That's tonight.
I don't know, either that or try to recreate the dancing from Breakfast Club. Remember the three guys on the counter?
I don't remember that, Lee.
Yeah, you're going to have to look that up.
I didn't watch that.
The Breakfast Club? Yeah, that's a cult classic.
Never watched it, dude.
Okay.
Other friends joining us this morning. We'll get to those really quick. Leah saying good morning to us. Stephanie Featherstone. John was asking where she's at. Billy Ayers joining us. Charles Foreman. Matt McRobert, what is going on, my friend? Matt McRobert, the kicker for Sam Houston State University. By the way, the Bearcats unveiled their new branding yesterday. Really awesome new logo and a powerful video they put out that's pretty awesome. Miss Martha Woodley joining us. Good morning. Sabrina Bryan over at Roberts Printing. Good morning. saying, I hope all is well. Christine Torino joining us. Good morning. Good morning, Janice White. Ken's Guitars saying good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. And Coach John Carter. Coach Carter, I hope you're doing okay, man. He is with Round Rock Dragon Baseball, and he was saying good morning to us. I know I just feel so feel terrible. His dad, of course, is congressman, but Coach Carter, his son is the head baseball coach for Round Rock, an amazing man, and has done such tremendous work with the kids there in Round Rock.
Oh, wow.
So good morning to you, Coach Carter. Appreciate you, and send our well wishes to all the kids out there, man. I feel terrible, Lee, for these kids that aren't getting to participate in sports, and especially the seniors.
Oh, it's driving my son nuts. He plays select baseball. He's a pitcher, and it's wearing him out.
I said on the show, I've seen a lot of people that graduated, 30 years ago posting their senior picture. Like, this is the time for the seniors now, okay? It's the time for the kids now. Let's think of them. But I also said there's not many seniors in high school or any younger kids that are using Facebook anyways. So,
hey, how about next week we both post our senior pictures?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that now just because you said it, now because I'm talking about not doing it. So I'll go ahead and post it next week.
So what I'll do is I'll dig mine out when I had long hair and everything.
There you go. I may wait to do mine. I'm really mindful of these seniors this year. Maybe in a couple of weeks we'll do that, Lee.
Well, they got they kind of got cheated out of their proms and everything.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what
they're missing out on a lot of stuff.
No, what I'm talking about is I want to see more pictures of the seniors now. I want to see their pictures. Yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of folks who graduated like 30 years ago posting their senior picture. Like, post the senior pictures of your kids. These are the kids that are struggling right now. Anyways, I just like to start it up this morning. Put on your boots. It's getting deep. Put on your boots. I'm just a swinging. Mandy Cortez joining us. Derek McGill, good morning. Frank Miranda sending me that just a swinging video. April Zunderman, good morning. My dad's saying you better play some old country music. I can't, Dad, the problem is I can't play music on the Facebook live stream because we don't have the licenses to do it.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a phone call yesterday with BMI. That's one of the pros. And when I say pros, those are the music licensing agencies. There's 4 of them that we pay royalties to: BMI, ASCAP, CSEC, and Sound Exchange. So we do things by the book here. And I said, hey, if I was to live stream music or a live concert on my Facebook stream for my station, can I do that? And they basically said, yes, if they're original music and you have their permission, of course you can. But if it's cover songs, technically no, because you need what is called a sync license.
Because you have to get the copyright approvals from the original artist.
Yeah, and I understand I love musicians and all that, but if we're going to stream stuff, it has to be original, or we have to have permission. And I asked, well, how can I get a sync license? They said, well, you have to contact every single individual composer and ask them for a specific permission to do that. And I said, so it's pretty hard to do that. She goes, yeah, it's a lot of work. If you're playing like 20 different cover songs, or live in studio 20 different cover songs, technically you're supposed to have 20, if there's 20 different 20 different composers, you have to get 20 different permission sync licenses to do that. There's not a blanket sync license. So we're looking for that. We want to feature some music here that's original. We've been doing that a little bit with Denny Herron, and I appreciate sharing his video. But I just want a clarification on that, because we try to do things extremely by the book to make sure that we are doing things the right way. Now, if you are playing music on Facebook, they told me that Facebook has an agreement with BMI to where if you're playing music on Facebook, and I'm not talking about as a live concert, but if you're playing music, streaming music, and it picks that up, that Facebook does have an agreement with BMI, so they recoup their money that way. But again, if it's like a live concert, they were like, no, you're technically not supposed to be doing that. And she even told me, she's like, don't stream live music on Facebook either, because there's so many different conflicts that you can get involved in. And and I was appreciative
in that situation.
Yeah, because I've heard from people in the industry saying, oh, man, it's a nightmare to get a hold of BMI. I've got a direct rep. I called her on her cell phone, and she answered right away, and we talked for like 40 minutes yesterday. An incredible relationship, and I appreciate that. So just a heads up from Frank Miranda. If you were talking about the PPP loan program, yeah, I applied for it a couple times. It's out of money, of course. They announced today that the loans have dried up. If your app is in, then you will more than likely get a loan. But if you have not put it in an app, you will have to wait until the government frees up more funds for the PPP. Look, Lee, I told you we don't get political on this, but they're trying to block all. There's certain groups that want to put more money in, but then there's other groups who want to block it because they feel like that there's other people that are deserving that aren't getting the money. But these aren't even.
They're also wanting to put their little pet projects in there too.
Yeah, and these are people that have never even owned a small business or know what it's like to own a small business. And I get tired of hearing the government talk about Main Street America because they have no idea what Main Street America really is.
None. Do you realize that 95% of the people up there have never worked in the private sector, but yet they want to dictate to the private sector how it should be run?
And I would like to know how many of those have ever written a paycheck to an employee.
Exactly.
How many of them have ever physically written a paycheck on their own? I'm not talking about outsourcing it to somebody else. Look, they may have had businesses. How many of them have physically, and I'm going old school now, I used to physically write checks, and I'm going to tell you, man, there is a lot more power in the physicality of writing a check versus a digital deposit.
Yep.
When I hand wrote checks for my employee, now I switched. Look, I'm not saying that it's a bad idea to go to ACH and direct deposit. It makes it a lot easier. But I'm going to tell you, there's a whole different mindset when, as a business owner, you are sitting down hand writing checks. And there's a lot of pride in that, Lee, because you know that is that person's life. And when I had Click, I took it very personal that even in months when we didn't have really good revenue months, I always, and that's something I'm very open about and I'm very proud of because I loved my employees and I still talk to several of them to this day and I care about them, that I always made sure, no matter what, that my guys got paid.
Right. The business owner gets paid last.
I always made sure that they got paid. And there was something powerful, Lee, when you hand write a check and you are writing their name with your hand, knowing that when I did that, man, I would look at that and I would say, oh, my goodness, man, this is this guy or this gal's livelihood right now. And I took that as a privilege that I was able to write that check for that employee because that was helping them and their family.
Exactly, because it's not just the employee you're looking after. You're looking after their families. I mean, that's their livelihood. So as a business owner, you have to keep that in the back of your mind. You affect not just that individual, but their entire family.
Powerful stuff this morning. And, so those that are in charge, I just wonder how many of them have ever physically written a paycheck on their own to an employee. I would say probably not many. Ron Parks joining us. Good morning, Rusty Justice. Stephen Giorgio, what's going on, baby? Joanne Crum joining us in a little heart this morning. Good morning to you. We love you. Hey, Stephen said this, Lee. What's your comment to this, your reply? Stephen's a friend of mine. We went to high school together. We actually went to junior high and a lot together. He said HVAC is very important, but the electrical service panel is the heart of the house.
We can agree to disagree.
Frank Miranda shouting out to all the Georgetown class of 2020. Appreciate you, Frank. Miss Paula Brent, she's from the Power of Four team, one of our wonderful sponsors here on HRN. She is joining us. Nathan saying that
Sheila. Sheila's over there at the Power of Four, I believe.
Yeah, Sheila's there. Paula's there.
Yeah, Sheila's great.
Miss Jacobs is over there. Angie is over there.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Scott saying that he loves the Chewy's Hatch green chili sauce.
What did I tell you, man? That stuff is good.
Jerry Palesi joining us, a broadcasting colleague. Hey, Jerry, I hope you're doing okay, man. We're going to get through this, brother. Sports broadcaster. Tanil Amon joining us. Sabrina, good morning. Justin Gaddison. Tori Clark over at Spa Lux, another one of our sponsors joining us this morning. Good morning to you, Tori. I appreciate all that you do.
Tori's awesome.
Amazing. Claire Bartholomew joining us. Michelle Jones, good morning, and Kim Stout. Hey, Kim, tonight's the HRN virtual dance party. Can you get Scott to dance for us tonight and tag that, please? We just want to see that tonight. Lee, we got a few more minutes. I wanted to do this, a little bit of fun here. I know that we're going way over because we got started way late. Way late. I don't even know why I said that. Look, Lee, there's a little April trivia, and I want our Facebook audience to get involved in this as well. We're going to have a little bit of fun here. Steven said you need to start having some games. And so we're going to have some games this morning. You ready for it, Lee? Are you down?
I'm up for it.
Are you down, baby?
Do it.
If you were born in April, what would your flower be? Lee, what would your flower be?
Daisy?
Is it a peony? Never heard of that. Peony? I'm just thinking of
Texas would be a bluebonnet, wouldn't it?
Did you pee on me? I'm thinking of somebody that had too many beers in East Texas talking to a buddy. Now, this has never happened, but I'm just thinking of someone in East Texas or someone that's real country that had too many Frio beers or Miller Lights or whatever you want to call them.
Lone Stars.
And he said, "Did you peon me?" Peony flower, peony. Well, peony. What about a sweet pea, a foxtail, or bee balm? Those are your choices. If you were born in April, what would your flower be? Peon me. Peony.
Foxtail.
Sweet pea, foxtail, or bee balm. Which one is it? Which one is it, guys? Facebook, are you out there this morning? Got a lot of folks watching. If you were born in April, hold on. If you were born in April, what would your flower be? Let us know. Let us know. If you're listening on the app, you can text us. We got a lot of folks listening on the app this morning. 512-686-2030. 512-686-2030. If you were born in April, what would your flower be? Lee, I'm not going to wait on everybody because it's going to take a long time. What do you think it is, Lee?
Foxtail.
Foxtail. No, it's a sweet pea.
A sweet pea.
Sweet pea flower. Well, that sweet pea flower got that sweet pea from HTO.
Oh, man.
In the late 1800s, Lee, Henry Eckford crossbred and developed the sweet pea.
Nice.
I heard a preacher once. It was really cool. It was a little cowboy church. And this was out of the area. I forget where I was at. I was traveling somewhere, and I just came across a video when I was traveling. You know, you get in the car and you watch videos, and you get bored. Hopefully, as a passenger, you're watching it as a passenger, not as a driver. And I remember seeing this video. It was like one of these cowboy churches. We have one in Liberty Hill. Corey Ross, great guy.
Yeah, there's one up there in Weir. It's a cowboy church that Kennedy Nichols, a good friend of mine, goes to, and great church.
Yeah, I think it's incredible what they do. But this one was like super down to earth. And I remember saying, I've tried to find this video and I cannot find it. But the pastor of this church goes, "We got to thank the Lord for giving the milk to the cows to feed the babies. We just got to thank him." That's what he said. We got to thank the Lord for the milk and the cows to feed the babies. We just got to thank him.
Wow.
That's that's simple, man. We got to thank him. Lee, we got to thank him for the milk to feed the babies from the cows. Sweet pea. All right, here's the second question. If you were born on the 15th of April, ooh, tax day. That's not a good day to be born. Oh, man. If you were born on the 15th of April, what would your zodiac sign be? Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, or Aries?
Aries.
Aries is Lee's answer. Aries, Aries, Aries. Kim Stout was saying B-bomb on the previous one. If you were born on the 15th of April, what would your zodiac sign be? Lee said Aries. I'm going to say Aries as well, and it is Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac calendar. We got a few more here, Lee. I'm going to answer these with you. It's the challenge. We're going to start 0-0. It's the Robin Lee Challenge.
Okay.
32 million awarded. Which U.S.
$1 given.
34 million net and awarded and 1,000 netted to client. Which U.S. president was born on the 13th of April, 1743? Again, which U.S. president was born on the 13th of April, 1743? Was it Andrew Jackson, James Madison, John Quincy Adams, or Thomas Jefferson? Ooh, I have no idea.
I say it's Adams.
John Quincy Adams. Yeah, because he's probably the second. I'm gonna say Jefferson. Lee goes with John Quincy Adams. I go with Thomas Jefferson. Here's the reveal. I'm not cheating, by the way, Lee, because you have to click the question mark to get the answer. Booyah! Thomas Jefferson, baby! Thomas Jefferson was the third president of the United States. He took office in 1801. Rob 1, Lee 0. I'm not cheating, Lee. I wish I could show you this on video. I'm really not cheating. If you were born on the 28th of April, what would your zodiac sign be? That's kind of... Okay. Sagittarius?
It'll be Aries, wouldn't it?
No. I have no idea. Sagittarius, Aquarius, Taurus, or Leo? I'm going to go with Sagittarius.
It is not Sagittarius. I'm going to go with
Sagittarius.
What is the
Aquarius?
Name them out again.
Sagittarius. That's who I went with. Aquarius, Taurus, or Leo?
It's Aquarius.
I went with Sagittarius.
I'll tell you why I know it's not Sagittarius.
Dang it, it's not either Aquarius either.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's Taurus. Why are you going to tell me it's not Sagittarius, though?
Because Sagittarius is December. It's the half man, half horse. That's my dad's zodiac symbol.
Are you into all that zodiac stuff or not?
Not really, but I know like my family, some of my family, like my wife's a Capricorn. She's in December. I'm July, which is Cancer. So my son, my youngest one, is born in October. He's a Scorpion. So
that's it, man. So 1-0 is still the score, Lee. I've got you up by 1. Here we go. If you were born in April, got a few more of these. We'll make them quick. If you were born in April, what would your birthstone be? I know this one. Emerald, ruby, sapphire, diamond.
I want to say it's sapphire.
Yes, it is diamond, and I know that one for sure. I always joke around and say, you better not date a girl from April, because if you get married, you're going to be broke, baby.
I guess you're speaking from experience?
Yeah, my birthday's in April. No, not from experience. My birthday's in April. Diamonds are one of the 4 most valuable stones on the planet. They are carbon-based. Rob 2, Lee 0. Come on, Lee.
I'm having a good morning here.
Which classic board game is honored on the 13th of April? Is it Monopoly, Chess, Scrabble, or Clue? I'm going to say Scrabble.
I'm going to say Monopoly.
Here we go. The answer. Oh, dude, I promise I'm not cheating. It is Scrabble. Yes, baby! The 13th is known as National Scrabble Day. Actually, I kind of knew that one because we do the National Day calendar almost every day here, and I think I remember seeing that. The 13th is known as National Scrabble Day. It's a word game, of course, blah, blah, blah. You already know about that. Rob 3, Lee 0.
Here.
Oh, dude, now I should know this one because we've talked about it extensively on this show. The Titanic hit the infamous iceberg on which day in April? Was it the 29th, the 14th, the 22nd, or the 7th? And I know the answer to this one, Lee. Come on, baby.
Okay. Name those. What dates are they again?
April 29th. I gave you a hint. I said we've talked about it extensively.
I know that. I'm trying to think.
April the 29th, April the 14th, April the 22nd, or April the 7th?
That would be April the 14th.
Booyah. I know that's it. And that is it. Rob 4, Lee 1.
Yeah.
Luxury liner, the Titanic, had sunk on its maiden voyage from England to New York. Here we go, baby. Let's get another one.
The ship that can never be sunk. Sunk on its maiden voyage.
3-1. We got a few more of these. Then we got to sign off. I got a call coming up around 9:30. Maybe a little bit late. Rafa, if you're listening, I'm going to call you after we get off the air here. Which fast food franchise first opens its doors on April the 15th, 1955? Was it McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Dairy Queen, or A&W? I already know which one. I'm going to go with McDonald's as well. McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Dairy Queen, or A&W. April the 15th, 1955. It is McDonald's. Ray Kroc, who stole it from the brothers. Go watch the documentary. And if
that's a bunch of crock.
It is. That's where that came from. Rob 5, Lee 2. Rob 5.
That was 4-2.
No, you didn't catch up on me. I was ahead by 3.
Yeah, I know. It was 4-2, though, isn't it?
No, I got McDonald's. 5.
So did I.
5. Yeah, so it's 5-2.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 5. You got 2. Don't try to cheat me, Lee. We talked about being honest this morning.
Cheating.
Here we go. A few more. Which famous fictional character celebrates a birthday on the 17th of April? I have no idea on these. Peter Parker? Who is that?
Spider-Man?
I didn't know that. I guess I just Peter Parker. Peter Parker. Daffy Duck, Shrek, or Sherlock Holmes? I'm going to go with Daffy Duck.
I'm going to go with Sherlock Holmes.
Here we go. Answer. Yes. Booyah! Daffy first appeared to the public on the 17th of 1937. He debuted in Porky's Duck Hut, which was created by Bob and Tex. Dang, Rob 6, Lee 2. All right, Lee, you got some time to catch up. I'm not cheating, Lee. I promise.
I get you. You're good.
What city was hit by an earth? I already know this one. I really do. What city was hit by an earthquake on the 18th of April, 1906? Was it Madrid, Rome, San Francisco, or Tokyo?
San Francisco?
I'm going to go with San Francisco as well. Bam, and it was. Killed more than 3,000 people. I don't remember what it is. What were we, 6-2? Now it is 7-3. 7-3. Yeah. Which famous writer celebrated his birthday on the 23rd of April? This one, well, it says which famous. Well, I don't know. I'm going to guess. Arthur Conan Doyle. Never heard of him. William Shakespeare.
You don't know who Arthur Conan Doyle is?
No, I don't. I'm not educated.
He's an author.
Well, it says which famous writer, Lee.
Yeah, didn't he write The Lost Island or something like that?
He might. I don't know.
I do remember that name.
No idea on this one. Anyways, look, we got a few more of these. Lee is trailing miserably. What was it, 7-2 or 7-3?
No, it was 5-2. Why is it that you keep putting numbers on your side? It was 5-2. Then this last one, it's now 6-3.
6-3. Okay. Well, I think someone can help us out there if you're listening. Arthur Conan Doyle, William Shakespeare, Ian Fleming, or Geoffrey Chaucer. I'm going to say Shakespeare.
I'm going to go with Doyle.
Bam, baby, Shakespeare. Bam, baby. William is considered one of the greatest writers in history. Lee, I don't think you can come back, but we'll finish the last three questions. Which country celebrates Anzac Day on the 25th of April? Or Anzac, A-N-Z-A-C. Is it Australia?
Is that like Prozac?
Australia, Russia, China, or Canada? It doesn't sound like a China day, so I'm going to scratch that one.
Canada Day.
I'm going to say Anzac. I'm going to say Russia. And it's Australia. We both got it wrong. The day to remember is the man who fought in Gallipoli. The day is also recognized by New Zealand. Couple more here. What should you be doing on the 26th of April? Baking buns, exercising, planting a tree, or eating hot dogs?
Planting a tree.
I'm going to say hot dogs. Oh, I bet it's Earth Day. I bet you're right. No, it is planting a tree. It is, yeah. It's Arbor Day. Arbor Day.
Got it.
And then finally, which saint celebrates his feast on the 23rd of April? Is it St. George, St. Joseph, St. Martin, or St. Agnes? I'm going to go with St. George.
I think I'm going to go with St. George also.
It is St. George. Often portrayed by slaying a dragon, St. George is the patron of the saint of me. The reason I did that is because there's a steak, and I think it was at Gumbo's, the St. George.
Okay.
And I figured food and food. Lee, that's it, man. It's been a lot of fun this morning. Want to remind folks about the HRN Virtual Dance Party tonight. Make sure to join us. Lee, you got any final questions, man? Climate Control Pros and the AC Pro, call you bro, Climate Control Pros?
No, I just I look forward to this every Friday. I think next Friday I was in the middle of all this. I was texting John back and forth. I think next week we're going to try and do a background screen when I'm on. So maybe we can set something up where I've got the van parked in the woods somewhere or something.
Yeah, you should send me. I've got a real nice little sunrise this morning in a forest, and if you can get that, I may even put that on our background, man.
Well, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, just send it to me.
Having my vehicle parked next to an old cabin somewhere. So if anybody out there that's listening has got an old cabin and we can park and get some photo shots, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, take some pictures and send them to us, Lee. Lee, I appreciate you, man. I get bummed out on Fridays because we're not on the air. After Friday, we have to wait until Monday again to be back here on the morning show. But there is the HRN Virtual Dance Party tonight. Make sure that you join that, and make sure that you tag your videos with hashtag HRN Virtual Dance Party. We're going to have a lot of fun here tonight from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Lee, I'm really working on this. Tomorrow, I plan on launching American Country Gold. It's a new show that's going to be from noon to 1 every Saturday. I'll feature some of the greatest. I'm going to start in the 1980s, and I'm going to break down the top 10 songs of the 1980s. And
George Strait has got to be in there somewhere.
Willie's on it for sure, man. And someone who just passed away, Kenny Rogers, is on that list as well.
Yeah, he was great.
We're going to have fun on that show. Make sure to join us for that on Saturday from noon to 1. Again, you won't be able to see it on Facebook. You've got to download the Hip Radio Network app. Lee, as always, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for being part of this show, and we're going to keep praying for each other in our community and keep rocking and rolling, my friend.
Be kind to people and do your best to take care of others.
Lee, thank you for being here as we will sign off Mr. Ortiz, and we'll have you back on next Friday, my friend. Thank you, Lee.
That's good, brother. We'll talk to you later.
Well, friends, as always, just want to remind you that we appreciate you being a part of this show here on Hip Radio Network. It's our true honor, joy, and privilege to bring you this show every Friday morning. I know we went pretty late today just because we got started late. But I want to remind you, friends, we all need help. There's a lot of folks out there that may need a lot more help than we need, and we want to provide that avenue here on HRN. So, again, if you're a business that's in need, let us know your needs at hrngeorgetown.com/support. If you got an item you'd like to donate to our auction, we picked up 4 more items yesterday. You can visit us online at hrngeorgetown.com/auction. There are many businesses that have not been able to benefit from the chamber and city grant, And we knew that was going to happen, and so that's why we have set up alternative methods. Now, we may not be able to offer a whole lot, but we can at least try to offer something. And the proceeds from that auction, if you need financial support, we're going to figure out a way to help you. So if you've got items you'd like to donate to help these business owners, you can do that at hrngeorgetown.com/auction. And then finally, if you're a business and you just want folks to know that you're open, please visit our website at hrngeorgetown.com/open. That is hrngeorgetown.com/open. Friends, as I end every single broadcast, I want to remind you tonight that we are not strong enough, or this morning, that we are not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, friends. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there today needs you. Good morning, Georgetown, and God bless you. We will be back on Monday. Until then, have a wonderful, blessed day. I'll see you tonight for the HRN Virtual Dance Party, and then on Saturday for American Country Gold. Have a great day, everyone.